So this is like coming home. I was telling my friend this morning over breakfast that my parents were actually living in Montgomery, Alabama at the time, and my mom didn't trust any of the obstetricians in Montgomery. So her family was in Washington, so when she was about 7 months pregnant, she came up here so that she could have a really good doctor, so that when I was born, I would actually be here. So, hello, Washington. Well, how much time do you want me to spend, Carol?
About 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. I guess let me just address, since you've seen the video, you really know pretty much all there is to know about me. But just this whole aspect of the business side of it, and women, and the business's perception of women. Boy, having been in this business as long as I have, I really have to say, I think unfortunately so, that I'm not sure a whole lot has changed in terms of how our industry perceives of women. I mean, there are a lot of great companies out there that have introduced lines of bicycles for women, and kudos to them for doing that. They've taken women's measurements, I guess, or geometry into account, but I still think that there's a real disconnect between that level and the retail bicycle dealer. There are some fantastic dealers out there. I don't want to whitewash everybody or brush everybody with the same brush, but there's just still, I don't know where it's coming from, this kind of resistance almost. A woman goes into a bike shop and there's an assumption made right off the top of it, which is that you're probably here for a hybrid bike, right? And you probably don't want to spend a whole lot of money on it. And it's very, I think, discouraging to a lot of women. It's an environment sometimes they don't really feel particularly comfortable in. And I wish I had the magic bullet, the way to improve that. I'm not really sure what it is. I mean, I can remember when we were in business, we not only were we selling bikes, but as we got into apparel and saddles and other products like that, we had some really terrific products, but we just couldn't get them into that independent bicycle retailer chain for some reason. They just weren't receptive. And we had tons of customers who called on the phone and said, "Can I just buy from you direct? I mean, do I really have to go to a dealer?" And we kind of said, "Okay, fine." And at that point came out with a catalog. But there's just such an incredible opportunity that's been missed, I think, as a result of that. And I hope over the next few hours here, maybe some of the discussions we have and talking to other people, we'll figure out how to get to the bottom of that, because if you really want to get bicycling, just take off and go like crazy, you got to have those guys involved for sure. I mean, they're a key piece of it. They work hard. They deserve all the business we can give them. Now, we just have to get them to kind of come around a little bit to a different perspective, I think, on things. I think that would certainly help a lot. At this point, some of you may know that I no longer work for Terry Bicycles. After that company was sold to a private investor in Vermont, I stayed on for 3 years under an employment agreement and left last May. And when I left, I took with me their line of hand-built bicycles. The new CEO of the company just felt that without my expertise there, it wasn't a good business move for the company to try and continue to really actively sell bicycles. So if you need me, I'm at georgenaterry.com. And my bicycles are built by Waterford, and I do sell through retail shops occasionally. We have a couple of excellent dealers. Harris Cyclery in Massachusetts is one. Bodacious Bicycles in Easton, Maryland is another one. But for the most part, I just do this one-on-one with women. It's what I started doing. It's what I still do now, and it's something I feel really comfortable with. So I think that's about it. If you just want a quick gloss over that. But I'll be here for questions anytime you want me. Feel free. I'm very accessible.